Alright, we are now back here in part 2 of the collection video. So just to start off, after this WR100, here we have the Uniden Bearcat BC60 XRT-1. I got this in a trade with SPC Detroit Pontiac 1149. And I got it in a trade for a modded WR120. And it works. I just need to get a battery cover for it and an antenna. And power supply, I would have it hooked up right now using the 519's antenna. But right now, Antonio's HH is currently hogging the power supply. But either way, it still works. I could plug it in right now. It'll turn on just fine. And yeah, I also use this for a string. I can sometimes, if I want to, I can plug this into that 100 and see if it'll activate. So yeah, moving on. Here we have the Radio Shack 12-519. You may notice the time's wrong on it. Well, can't help the time, cause it's permanently stuck like that. It's permanently stuck in this phase. Like, I can't control it in any shape or way possible because the buttons are broken. It did activate today though, but I am going to try and get a new 519 boards and stuff, except for the tuner boards, because the tuner boards on this work just fine. All I need is to do screen and buttons, and yeah, I'll be good to go. Yeah, moving on. Here we have the version 1 Midwind WR100.
N66. It warp at the metal fair.
I got this from TMYK for, I think, $47. Yeah, I did overpay for a bit, but it did come with the box and everything, so can't turn that up. So yeah, it's been a very finicky radio wanting to activate. 9 times out of 10, like 7 times out of 10, it'll activate. Like, yeah, that's how inconsistent it is at activating. Most of the RWTs it doesn't like to activate for. Moving on, here we have a white Midwind WR120, a 12030 code, and yeah, this thing I got from Meyer, full price, and this actually has a 12030 number, so you'd think this is the event code glitch one, but it's not. I'll get to that in a moment. So yeah, it's been a very reliable WR120. So moving on, here we have the Midwind WR100 version 3.
19 inches, which is 1.09 inches above normal.
I got this at Ohio thrift store in Columbus for $5. Its original screen was cracked, and its backlight recently died, so I had to replace it with a new blue LED, and now it still looks original. And it looks much better with a new screen in it. Had to replace the weather button on it too. I have been trying to do some retro bright on it to at least get it to somewhat be back to its original color, but I am going to try and get a faceplate. Well, I have a faceplate on the way for it, so I should be fine. So yeah, moving on. Here we have the Radio Shack 12-240.
Affecting the southern Great Lakes and Ohio Valley region. Showers and thunderstorms will continue ahead of a cold front that moves through the region this morning.
I paid $15 for this at Ohio thrift store. And yeah. Also, going back to the HH, I initially paid $5 for it at a Salvation Army thrift store, which actually is not a very bad deal in Fort Wayne, Indiana. But yeah. So this thing has been a very little humble radio. Like, it's one of the main focus of radios that you find at thrift stores. You mainly find this or WR100s, and sometimes WR120s. Yeah, besides that, it works. It's been a decent radio. So moving on, here we have the Midland WR10.
Partly cloudy. Highs.
And yes, Ohio voted. But anyways, I got the Salvation Army thrift store for $8. And as you can quite tell, I customized the alert light to be blue, because it symbolizes Midland. Don't know why they made it red, but this really does symbolize Midland more than anything. And literally, it's a giant M.
Cast. Tuesday night.
Like, yeah. I put a different antenna on it. It has a 10 quad WR100 antenna on it. And because I wanted to get better reception than its crappy 6 quad. Yeah, either that and the radio works just fine. Here we have red Midland WR120 BLU.
Cloudy. It was 65 at Pittsburgh.
This is monitoring KZZ47. Now here's a special thing about this 120. I'm going to turn off button beeps. I'm going to go to set events. I'm going to go to all edit events and be ready to be amazed. ADR. Yep. This thing got the event code glitch, just like Clay Ranger 143's 120 did. And it's crazy. Like I was more expecting this to get it than this, but it happened literally out of nowhere that this thing got the glitch. So yeah, I was very surprised when that happened. Alright, so now we will move on to the non-functioning radios. Well, first, here we have a realistic Pro-30. This is actually currently up for trade. So yeah, if you guys want it, shoot me a DM on Discord. And I'll get you hooked up with this, and we'll figure something out. It has no power supply and antenna. And this thing uses a special power supply, by the way. So yeah, be warned of that. It uses a center negative power supply, which I absolutely hate. Yeah, it's freaking stupid. Anyway, so coming down here. Here we have the board for my Radio Shack 12-247A. This, yeah, it's just dead. Even if I wanted to, I can't fucking repair it. It's just dead. Thing, like, I got it from Ohio Thrift for literally $3. Had a broken antenna. I mean, if you go back to my older videos, you can see it activating and all that kind of stuff. But yep, this thing hit the junkyard. And here's its shell right here. I'm gonna replace this part of the shell because it's just falling apart. This part though is just fine. And I want to make one of those rare 247s. One of those rare 247As with the NOAA logo. Yeah. Interesting. I don't know where the heck screws went. Oh wait, yeah, the screws are in the battery door. Battery cover. Here we have a broken WR100 board. This is the board that came out of that German shell. And it's just, yeah, it's seen better days. I destroyed the heck out of it. I mostly destroyed the heck out of it, as you can see. Yeah. Yep, it's non-functional anymore. It will never function again. It's way too far gone. You know, which we burned a hole right through the middle of it. So, yep, rest in peace to that. Oh my god. Heck, theoretically, it looks like this board can fucking fit in this radio. Oh my god. Alright, here we have my V5 WR300. Sadly, this thing has hit the fan. I am very upset about this, because this was one of my most reliable radios. Sad to see it go. But I am going to try and get a new WR100, WR300. I want to try and get a version 8 or another version 5, or maybe a version 4. And this board right here from this WR100 came from Cyclonic Strikes. And this I got on a trade with Weather Radio Guru for a Radio Shack Pro 2018. So yeah. So nope. I'm not too sure. I might try and fix it sometime. Because its screen board actually is housed in this one right here. I might try and fix it. And theoretically, may be possible that I could. But I don't got high hopes for it. It's already falling apart as is. From being worked on so much, I don't feel like working on it anymore. It's just gonna be scarred for life. So yep. Then the rest of this 300 I got from IO and NWR fan. I was gonna try and fix, but it's like beyond repair. Alright, here we begin to the saga of the craziness. Here we have a SEMA First Order WX150. I got this from Too Hottie Scotty, and guess what? Broken. Broken. Yeah, I traded it for a blue 12-260. It's broken from modding. That ain't the only thing. We'll go up here. Before we get to the WX150s, here we have a Radio Shack 12-262. I got this from Warren, Ohio WX8798. And its decoder died, and it's now tuner dead. See if this thing officially hit the fan. I'm gonna try and get another 262 and a 261. But yep, rest in peace. Alright, here we go for the saga. Here we have, yeah, you guys. Here we got another broken WX150 for modifications. This thing has definitely seen better days. I got it from Iowa and NWR fan. I was going to try and repair it, but then a repair turned into a disaster. And plus modification happened to it. So I pretty much just destroyed the screen on it. As you can see. So now we'll go next. Here we have... yes. This WX150. This... You guys might get pissed at me about this. For those weather radio enthusiasts watching my channel. But this is the WX150 from Thunder Buddy 01. Well, at least the internals are. He asked me if I could repair it for him. And a repair turned into a disaster. Well, now, all it does is just turn on the power light. And the backlight. It doesn't do anything else. It's just dead. So, yep. That's a rest in peace to that. This is an extremely high-pitched top mount. Same one that IO and NWR fan has. Yep, it's sad to see it go. But hey, it's a 3-star rarity radio. I technically own it now. And then, finally, our well actually before that final one, here we have a Radio Shack 12-250. It's broken for modding. I do have another 250 coming in from one of my partners. So yeah, that's nice. This thing gave me a lot of problems in my ownership with it. I got it from Ohio thrift store for, make a guess, ding ding ding, $12. Yeah. So yeah, this thing, it's seen better days. It lasted me a good time. And now finally to our final First Alert WX150. This is my original First Alert WX150 that I got from a garage sale for 15 bucks. This one was the one that originally monitored WXJ58 in Fort Wayne. And then eventually, and then I modded the WWA, and then I wanted to mod the backlight, and then modding turned into a disaster. And that's how this thing is now here, broken. It somewhat powers on, though. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 First Alert WX150s. Only one of them works. That one, they all will power on, though, like in some shape or form. But like this one will only power on with batteries. And that one will power on normally. It's just like you can do all the basic functions of the radio though. It won't play the weather. And the screen shows garbage. So yeah. This one will power on normally and you can go through all the radio and everything. But it's pretty much broken. Like there was no speaker or anything. That one, software. That one, same sort of region. Like you can go through all the basic functions of the radio and everything. So yeah, moving on to a bunch of boards. Yeah. So first off, here we have a WR300 that I got from Iowa and NWR fan. That's broken for parts now. Here we have a dead V5 WR100 that I got from Ohio thrift store for 15 bucks. I know I overpaid. Yeah, modding pretty much repair turned into a disaster on it. That's how it got where it is. And here we have a version 4 Midwin WR100 board. Tuner dead. But yeah, it'll still power on and everything. I want to try and see if I can replace that chip right there. Because if so, this thing will actually start working again. And it will start decoding and everything. Like, that's what I want to try and do. I want to try and get this repaired. And then I can probably potentially get it working again, just like that V5. And then finally, last but yet not least, here we have my second V5. It has software problems now. And that's it. I got this at Habitat for Humanity Restore for $3. It lasted me a good year before it died. So yeah, that'll pretty much do it for my... Well, wait, before we finish, I do have a Uniden Bearcat BC 800 XLT, which is in the other room, and a Frequency CW1A, C1WA, I think, yeah. And yeah, those both work. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.